the reason you feel like you can't be happy alone is because you don't fully love yourself. But you could get to a point where you love yourself. You don't need to have someone else because you're always gonna have yourself. There's like no what if when it comes to you. You're always gonna be within yourself. With every other person in your life, they can leave you. Like no matter how close they are to you, they can leave you. They can die. You just never know. And you can't get so attached to them that when they leave, which it might happen, it might not happen, but it might happen. And not to be like pessimistic, but and not to think of like the worst case scenario. But if that does happen, you need to be able to be happy alone. And you can get to a point where you're happy alone and you have these other people in your life. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I used to hear like, oh, to be happy alone, you need to fall in love with yourself. And I used to be like, well, how can I even fall in love with myself? Because like I feel like I could only fall in love with boys because I don't like girls, but I'm a girl. So I'm like, how can I like fully like fall in love with myself if I'm a girl? But you know what? Like sometimes it just takes like acting like a boy, like to make you feel better. Cause sometimes like I feel like I just love boys so much and like sometimes I just like be dressing like a boy or I just like copy like a boy's mannerisms and it literally does make me feel like good. Like I feel like I like love myself. Cause I feel like I would like myself if I was a boy. Like I would probably have a crush on myself if I was a boy. But like no, like I would have a crush on the boy version of myself, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're like trying to get over someone, Loki, like if you're trying to get over someone who doesn't want you, literally just like embody them kind of. Like the parts about them that you see like that are good. Like especially if you're missing someone who you haven't like talked to in a while, you might not even like know who they are anymore, but you do remember like their mannerisms or like how they looked. And literally to like stop missing them, low key just like become them. Cause it feels so like good and you can just like why would you not want to like love yourself too? Like, like literally just like act like them from time to time. I don't know. I feel like that helps. It just feels like really good. But back to like falling in love with yourself, like really loving yourself and being happy alone. But I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that there's a right way to live, cause there's not. Like I'm not gonna tell you that you shouldn't be going from relationship to relationship to relationship because maybe that works for you, you know? But I think that like at the end of the day, if you're going from relationship to relationship to relationship, it's not gonna make you happy. Even though like if you're grieving someone and then someone helps you get over that other person, I think eventually it's gonna come back to you. The the feelings are some something the feelings are gonna come back to you in some way, you know? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, this is how to really love yourself, like step by step. First of all, you have to like get to know yourself. And maybe you already know yourself. If you already know yourself, then that's good. But I think if you haven't gotten the time to get to know yourself recently, maybe you should do it again because we are like constantly changing as people. We're not the same our whole lives. So even if you took the time to get to know yourself like a couple months ago, you could be different now. And it can be kind of fun getting to know yourself. Like trying new hobbies, I feel like can be really fun. Also like I know people who they only repost I'm talking about like TikTok. Like they only repost like 3 videos and then when they want to repost something new, they take down one of them so like there can just like be 3. And it can be good to not share like all your feelings with like the whole internet or even like just your friends. I think like reposting a lot about kind of about your feelings, but also about like your interests too. Like you're posting like edits from like a movie or like a show that you like and like seeing like reposting them and not taking them down and like going back on like specific times in your life and like looking at your reposts from that time and it can just show you like how much you've changed or how like much you've stayed the same too at the same time. Like if you still like the same like movies and shows, like that can just show you like that's really you. Like that's really like something that's a part of you, you know? And then with like your feelings, honestly, I'm an advocate for reposting about your feelings, just not too much. But honestly, it's okay to do it too much at a time. And then, well, what I would do is like go back and delete things sometimes. But honestly, it's good to not delete them too because you can like see how intense your emotions used to be once you get over them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like how this goes back to loving yourself is like then like once you go through your reposts from the past, those are all things that you like. So like kind of look at your reposts from the perspective of another person and pretend you're looking at you as a different person. And you're like, wow, this person likes all the same things I like. This person is so relatable. Wow, now you like yourself. Do you get what I'm saying? You just have to think of yourself as another person sometimes. Like when you're alone, like sometimes it can help to consciously acknowledge that you're with yourself. You're always with another person, and that person is yourself. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like you're never really alone. Like you're dead ass always with yourself. So yeah, loving yourself, what I think it starts with is first getting to know yourself, which is like finding yourself relatable and finding yourself interesting because of all your interests and your passions, which can literally be done through something so stupid like TikTok reposts or even better, like journaling, which honestly, like I can get a little lazy to journal sometimes, but it really is so good. Like you're going to thank yourself later. Even like in years if you still keep your journal and then you read them like years later, you're just be like, "Wow, like it'll be just so interesting because like maybe like reading someone else's old journal is not that interesting, but really like I think reading your old journal and how your mind used to work and then comparing it to how it works like in the future, which is actually the present, and like this moment would be the past. It's so interesting. Yeah, basically that is what I think the first step is. And then the next step is to embody what you want. And I kind of talked about this already. But like if you like boys, I'm not saying to become a boy if you don't believe that you're a boy. But just like act like them, not just like in the physical sense, but also like because what when you feel like you need a relationship, what is it you feel like you're missing? Because it might not be the person, but it actually is the feeling that you're missing. Like how you felt when you were with the person. That's what you miss. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that you can really make yourself feel exactly how you felt with another person because I don't think you can make yourself feel like butterflies and like the release of like chemicals in your brain. Like you can't I'm not gonna sit here and say that you can do that for yourself because I don't think that you can. But like pheromones. But you can release other chemicals that make you happy. Like you can do that yourself. Like when you kiss someone, you can't kiss yourself. But like the feelings that you get from like kissing someone that you like, that's like a biological thing that you can't recreate all by yourself. But you kind of have to become so preoccupied with yourself and becoming the person who you want to be to the point where you don't care about doing that stuff, like that intimate stuff and like chasing this feeling that you're missing. Like being preoccupied with becoming who you want to be. That's what I think is also part of the second step is like first step was getting to know yourself. So now you know yourself, but who do you actually want to be and how do you want to be that you think would make you happy and satisfied with your life? And like what is like a successful life to you? Like kind of think about when you see traits in other people that you admire. Like if you want to have that trait, you don't have to stay the same person your whole life. But like if you're shy and you want to be like extroverted and you believe that you could be, but you just feel like, oh, I just been shy my whole life. I can't just change. You literally can. You can just change right now. You can be the person who you want to be. Really just taking steps to becoming the person who you want to be is so good. Like do stuff that makes you uncomfortable, that makes you put yourself out there. Cause it really can be so life changing and like feel so good. But if you're just staying stagnant your whole life, you're never gonna change, you know? Like Loki, just start getting yourself together too. Like I never really went to the gym until like this year. Cause I mean it costs like it's extra money that you have to pay. And also I didn't really care too that much. But this year I just like wanted to and I started going and it just feels like so good to be like working on yourself too. Like it would distract me from like the bad things that were going on in my life at the time. And, it's so beneficial for you too to take care of your body. Your body is all you get. Like you have your mind, but your mind is stuck in this body and it'll be stuck in this body for your whole life. So you need to treat it with respect and like if you want to go work out, go work out. And I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't working out hard enough because I always found it fun and I felt like it was like the highlight of my day to go to the gym. Maybe I just didn't get tired of it too, because maybe I didn't go for long enough to get tired of it. But it was just so fun. It was like the highlight of my day. Like I would go to school and I'd be like, I don't really want to be at school, but at least I'm going to the gym later. But yeah, like if you miss a man and he was like always in the gym and he's like very strong, literally just you and you like that about him, just get yourself in the gym and become super strong. Like, I mean, you don't have to become super buff if you don't want to be. But you can just become like super strong and super like well taking care of yourself. And now you don't need that man because you just did it for yourself. And now like someone else will be pining after you because you're taking care of yourself. But yeah, that's what I think it takes to love yourself and really be happy alone because I feel like I am happy alone. But like I don't feel the need to be in a relationship because I like myself. And even though I love boys, I feel like I just act like a boy sometimes. And it makes me feel better. I don't know, maybe try that. Even you just do it in private too if you don't want to do it in public. Like, but yeah, that's all I have. Thank you.